So I'm not sure I'm going to make a video about this or not, but I'm in London for 3 nights. Sunday night 27th, and I've been lucky to get a ticket for Dex's show. They're doing the album Touraye, as it should have sounded, of course, in London, live for Sky Arts TV. So I'm on my way there, as well as the next 3 days. I've got things to do in London, meet friends, pick up my watch that I got serviced, and a few other different tasks. So back in 96, I lived in Bayswater, and she could have brought a little mews house, not that actual one, but a little 2-bed mews house for 220,000 at the time, and for whatever reason decided not to buy it, and I went and bought a pub in the East End of London, which is a story some of you know. I'm sat naving to Princess Gardens Hotel, I think it is. It's actually quite nice around Bayswater, but I have Googled Zoopla accommodation, 1-bed flat, up to £1,500 a month, nothing. 1750, basically nothing. So a 1-bed flat around this area now. Ah, there it is. Okay. Yeah, it's £2,000 a month for a 1-bed flat around here. It's on the 3rd floor of my flat, and there's no lift, but it's not particularly the end of the world, although my knee will feel it. But there's the hotel. Let's see what happens. And that's what hotels look like in London now. These big old houses full of key codes. Nobody else around. Only him in that mirror. Let's go and have a look. See if we can find the right one. Sat in the porter's seat. Nobody about. Could do without the stairs, but love this old stuff, don't I? One, two, three. Not too bad. 2nd floor already. I think I've got to go one more. Knee's taking a bit of strain now. Wow, okay, so out of breath. The room is, it's small, it's not really tiny. Somebody said it was really tiny. Look, it's small, it's central London. You've got a little wardrobe space there. You've got, I think, quite a decent bathroom, and that plumbed in like that probably means it's a very good, powerful shower. I'll let you know on that later. Everything you need there. Everything you need there, plenty of room to walk around. Loads of room over this side, bit of tea and coffee laid on. Little chair. And it's all right. It's 58 quid a night. You're one stop away from Paddington. You get the buses and underground anywhere in London, really. So the big old mosque or whatever it is opposite that. I think it's a mosque, is it? Would have been a church, wouldn't it? Have to investigate that. As always, nice little balcony there. Look, that'd suit me one day. But not if it's going to be £2 a month for a one bed here. It's ridiculous. Pricing me out of London, everybody. They're pricing me out. The good thing about walking in from Bayswater, where the little room I've got in a so-called hotel, is when I walk down from there, walk past Queen's Gardens where I used to have a flat, and then the Elizabeth line is actually on the side of Paddington closest to me. So that's happy days. Now I'm back home really, Oxford Street. Just been in the Flying Horse, which is there. The gig is in a new venue in Denmark Street. And the rumour is that they're going to do 4 tracks from the album As It Should Have Sounded. So 4 tracks, about an hour. Gives me time to pop into Soho afterwards maybe. Finishes about 8:30. Might pop in and see the boys in Soho. Ali, Bob, Neil won't be there, Marie, Ollie, Bianca. Oh, I've done the wrong thing, haven't I, mentioning names? Because when you mention names, you always leave somebody's off and they go, oh, you didn't mention my name. Really sorry, Lorraine. Are you working in the pub tonight? Yeah, fuck it. Sorry about the names. Everybody else I forgot. Peter Lawson, he was in fucking Didcot. It's no good, is it? So anyway, I'm going into the little Spanish pub. Lee and Anita are in here, in Hamway Street. Record collectors of the 70s knew that. And there's Anita! Ah! You're going to be on my latest YouTube video. Ooh. That's a new little mural since I lived here. Manet Street wasn't there when I lived here. It's there now, look. Soho. It's in the alleyway. Oh, it's fucking Trisha's. It's there, that lovely pub that they painted a horrible colour. So a little video of the streets in Bayswater. It's almost the back end of Bayswater, because really over there you almost start Notting Hill, and nothing much has changed. There's different restaurants, obviously. Some of them are nicer. Yeah, one thing there, that used to be a pub. When I lived here in 1996, I lived in Queen's Gardens, Bayswater. So I'm going to walk down here. The guy where I stayed in the Airbnb, anyone visiting London, as long as you're comfortable with 3 sets of stairs, because the lift isn't working and will clearly never work, 3 sets of stairs and it's all right really. Now this place is quite interesting because there's a load of these lords, that's the decorators and plumbers. So there's a builders merchants as well. This is what you find in central London. Same in Soho, there's 2 or 3 of them. There's Leylands in Soho. And you can get everything you want really, just like being out more rural. Quite interesting. But so the guy who, quite interesting for me, well, you get anything you want in there. The guy in the Airbnb I'm staying, Princess Hotel or something. I'll put a link in the profile, put a link in my comments. It's really nice. 3 sets of stairs, and then it's absolutely perfect. It's clean. It's bigger than some people say. It's a double room with space down the side. And around here, actually, I could live around here after Soho. London really is still the only place I really fancy living at the moment. The only problem, even around here, I was looking on Zoopla, and there's no 1-beds for under £2,000. No 1-beds for under £2,000. Wow, think about that. So this little cafe is where I had breakfast bean, which I've done some videos there. They'll be either before or after this. It's really nice in there. Very nice, very popular. Now, that's the thing, when places are nice, they tend to be very popular. And look, little bakery there. Dry cleaners. I brought a top Adidas tracksuit for Dylan in Thailand. And he can't get his head through the neck, it's too small. So the other great thing Central London, there's loads of little tailors, little alteration people, and the guy's going to make a little V-bit in the neck for £8. I'm going to pick it up Wednesday, hopefully Tuesday, because I've got to check out. It's another classic mistake I made. I thought I was checking out Wednesday morning, but I'm actually checking out Tuesday morning. So tomorrow morning I've got to check out. That'll be alright. Wine shop. It's a nice area to live. It's probably a little bit nicer than Paddington, because Paddington's right by the train. But equally, like I say, you can't. There's no accommodation under £2,000. I can't really afford that now. I did get my first payment on my state pension, so I am now officially a pensioner. Birthday's on the 12th of November, so kind of half of a month. It's about 450 quid, I think. I think the total amount is just under 800, and that's going to help. But all my life I've not really been careful with money. That's the road where the hotel is, down there. Yeah, all my life I've not been careful with money, so I have to really start being careful now. There's no more coming in, really. What I've got, and that's your lot. So we'll walk down this way, takes you to Paddington Station. So there's some little flats that are room only. Fucking look at that little tiny little room. Single bed room for 900. Oh, I can't do that. 2-bed flat, 1450. Oh, wonder where that is. It doesn't actually say where it is. 2-bed flat, 1450. Studio, Shepherd's Bush. Yeah, Shepherd's Bush is quite a lot. W2, 1100 quid a week. That's £4,000 a month. So if you're sharing, if you get 2-bed and you can share, well, if I could have done that, then I wouldn't have moved out of Soho. Obviously, I'd have shared. But although I had a great lodger in for 4 months, I don't really like to share. I'll be happy to get a smaller place and not share. Boutique style bedrooms. Very nice. Lovely. These are, some of these old pubs have been turned into really nice places. I don't know which how far he's going back, but so here we are, Westbourne Grove. This is W2, pretty much central London. Trade. I don't know what that is, do you? Oh, donate clothes, second-hand stuff. Ooh, it looks good, doesn't it? People would like, look at the beautiful shop front. So there we are. Little walk down to Paddington. Then I'm going to probably get a bus to Maida Vale. I might compile a little video on the pub in Maida Vale. Is it the Alfred Arms? It's not King Alfred. Something Alfred, isn't it? Where Bowie did Jazzing for Blue Jean video. Look at that building there, wow. It's kind of what I miss about London, or not being in London. Look. And then, I know it's the future, but that's nowhere near as nice as that, really, is it? Okay, building's over, we'll see what else I find a video. I'm going to Maida Vale to the asthma clinic, doing the checkup on my asthma. So, won't be doing a video on that. That shop there on the corner was where I got my first mobile phone contract. That's, I don't know, 25, 30 years ago. My number, which I nearly give out, is it's still the same number today. So I live kind of down that way. But the last thing I've got to show you is Whiteley's. Oh my God, Whiteley's. Let's have a look. I've got to go the other side of the road. Whiteley's is, when I lived here, it was a complete shopping mall, like an indoor shopping mall of loads of shops and also a cinema on the top floor. Originally in its day, it was just one shop owned by a Mr. Whiteley, I believe. And what's happened over the last, this has been going on, oh God knows, this has been going on many years, probably 10 years, the whole rebuild. They're totally fitting it out and it was stunning inside, and it probably still will be. They had big marble type stairs going up as well as lifts. But what they're doing, they're making it, you can see some of the back, it actually doesn't look quite as nice. It's going to be flats mainly, I think, and then I guess shops downstairs. But Whiteley's itself was absolutely huge. And you'd go in, as I say, there'd be 2 different levels of shops and then a great big cinema up on the top floor. Been there many times when I lived there. So you can't actually see nothing, but you can see how big the building is. And there's a big turret. I'm going to try and get the big turret at the other end in a minute. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get to see the big turret, but that's the little one that's there. Somewhere in the drawings on the screening. And the big one is right in the centre of the building. So you can see a bit more of the splendour of the building from here. It's not sheeted off. But the big dome is definitely over the back of, again, that little one. That's a tiny one. There's a huge one over the back. Don't think I'll be able to get an angle to see it. But, absolutely stunning building. That used to be the front entrance in, the main entrance into all the shops. And that's the rest of Bayswater. And you go that way to Paddington and Queen's Gardens, where I used to live. This used to be a pub. I think it still might be inside. Function room terrace, yeah. Yeah. It used to be a pub, still is a pub. But they have all the little local florists outside. So there we are, there's a look into Whiteley's. If I remember, I'll put a link in the description. So here's a little blast from the past, Bishopsbridge Road. This was the flat I first moved into when I moved to London. Before I bought my leasehold flat in Queen's Gardens, I lived in Bishopsbourne there. It was a basement flat. I can't really remember which basement flat it was, but I don't think I had an outside space. So I'm thinking this is the first one coming up here. It was definitely down in the basement somewhere, like down there. Maybe that one. Did I have a round window? Can't remember. Did I have an outside space? I don't think so. So, could have been any one of them. But I don't think it would have been... I mean, that'd be nice, wouldn't it, if it was that? But I don't think it was. Anyway, the buildings are looking a bit tatty. But that's my old flat. 1996-ish, maybe 95. I rented here for 6 months or a year, again, I'm not sure which. And then I bought a leasehold flat in Queen's Gardens for 180,000, just over. And within about a year, sold it for 250,000 or 260,000. And that's when I bought my pub in the east end of London, freehold, for 180,000, maybe 178,000. So I'm just walking actually back to Paddington Station, and this is the side where the Elizabeth line is, but this area of London is unrecognisable from when I lived here. But that blue building there, that's a pub, and it survived. Nothing much else has, because that's all new, and look at all that new. But that would be, look, there it is, look, public house. Prince of Wales. Standing in the bus lane now. If a bus comes, maybe I'll cross over. Prince of Wales. Funny little pub. Look, a little old square detached building. Buses do not pick up here. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought it did. Let me see the pub better. Used to go in there back in the day. Really old-fashioned boozer, just kind of flat caps, half a stout situation. This is the back entrance to the Elizabeth line here, so it makes sense that all this is all new chrome and glass. So I've already quadrupled my steps being in London for a day or so. Walking is the way forward, and of course I always think I know which way I'm going, and usually I don't. That's alright, just means you get more steps in. Wear my knee out even quicker. Oh yeah, there's the entrance to the Elizabeth line. And there's the bus stop where there's going to be a bus in about 5 minutes taking me to Maida Vale. My little excursion. That's the steps down. Elizabeth line. So I'm in Maida Vale, very close to the asthma clinic. Look at this. Look at that. Fabulous. And then right here as well, we've got really beautiful old buildings. It's called Clifton something, Maida Vale W9. There's a whole terrace of houses like that. Down. There's a London bus coming, Wheelsden. So yeah, absolutely fabulous. My clinic's down here somewhere. Check my breathing out. And here we are. I can see it through there, through that little walkway. In I go, check out my breathing, and interestingly, when I'm in Thailand, and I experienced this 10 years ago in Thailand, I didn't have any problem with asthma at all. It's a different type of air, I guess, of course, so yeah, it'll be interesting as to why I struggle a bit more in the UK. Maybe I'm destined to live in Thailand, huh? Who knows? Look at that, they have a butcher's in Maida Vale. How cool is that? Right next to the asthma clinic. This is one of the beauties of central London. You have a pub here. Looks really nice. Not open yet. And then literally, what, 15, 20 yards away you have another pub. Central London is flooded with beautiful old pubs, lots of character. Windsor Castle, it does look like it might actually be a restaurant now though. This one. Sushi. Yeah. It's not a pub anymore, it's a sushi and burger place. Still very nice. There's something interesting, night time in central London now. All these lampposts, all of them have got chargers, electric chargers. Because you wonder how they're going to get all the electric chargers into London. What they've done, they've got them on the lampposts. So every lamppost has got a blue charger. And I guess you have a permit or a code to be able to use it, and you pay for what you use. Clever stuff. There's another 1, 2, 3, 4, there's another 6 in front of me.